Good afternoon and welcome inside the Cross Insurance Center as we await the Class D Boys Regional Final between the Schenck Wolverines and the Katahdin Cougars. My name's Zach White. I'm happy to be joined by my broadcast partner, Gabe Nason. We're going to be doing the audio broadcast for you this afternoon. We've got Mark Kelman producing this one for you all at home. Gabe, we've reached the crescendo of the Class D North basketball season on the men's side. These two clubs have taken the floor. We're ready for some fun out here. What are you expecting between these two high-quality teams?
I mean, it's the third time seeing each other, so they're certainly very familiar with each other. This Schenck team has been a horse, though. Now winning 20 in a row. Well, if they win, they'll have won 20 in a row after losing their first game to this Katahdin team, so they'll have the chance to rectify that game, which they did already, but they'll have a chance to rectify it in an even bigger way in the regional title game. Katahdin looking to repeat that first game of the season and bookend their seasons with win over the number one seed. If they can, they'll be in the first regional. They'll win their first regional title since 2000.
And what a story that would be, as Gabe, you perfectly pointed out a moment ago, but December 6th was a long time ago,
yes, it was.
But that was the last time these Schenck Wolverines suffered a loss, and it was at the hands of, as you said, the Katahdin Cougars. It's been a long time since December 16th as well, which is the last time these two clubs met up in the regular season. That one handily won by the Schenck Wolverines, 64-43. We're also a long shot from the regular season.
Yes.
The regular season doesn't truly matter anymore, but it is an indication of these two teams and kind of the history they've had in this season. Let's start on the Schenck side. What are some of the players we're expecting to see in this one? What are some of the things that we're expecting to see out of them in this ballgame?
Yeah, I mean, the cup is stirred by Owen Wyman. He's the best player on the floor today. He's going to dominate from the inside out, play great defense, and if he has a good game, this Schenck Wolverines team will be in a great position. But it's not just him. Braden Osborne had a huge semifinal game, could not miss in that second half against the Patriots of Barrow Christian. If he can play like that, as a complementary piece to Owen, they're going to be in a really good spot. And they've up and down. They've got players everywhere. Samuel Jacobs also had a great semifinal game, really helped them in a lot of different ways. Cameron Atkinson helps them a whole lot. They're a very deep team, have players that come off the bench that play well. And when I was talking to Coach Hutchinson, they lost in the quarterfinal 2 years ago, lost in the semifinal last year. This is their chance to be in a regional final and hopefully win this one and be in their first gold ball game in quite a while.
Absolutely. We have had one victor decided in Class D earlier today, right before this one. The two clubs came out for their lineups. We had the game previous, which faced the Schenck Wolverines on the ladies' side against the Central Aroostook Warriors. That time went the way of the Central Aroostook squad. So Schenck staying in their same seats despite, being the home team wearing the white uniforms. They're going to stay on that side of the floor, cheer their team on. So they don't have to move seats, but they're looking for a different result in this one. And we'll talk about the Katahdin Cougars in a moment, but we do want to thank all of the sponsors that have helped make these broadcasts free and available. Just want to start by thanking them all. Rouse Garage, Herring Brothers, Ames Chiropractic, Ideal Energy Solutions, Black Bear Crane, Harvest Moon Deli, Hammond Lumber, Kimball Insurance, Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union, Sarah Ryan, a realtor with Next Home Experience, and Handy Stop. Wants to thank all of them for sponsoring Eastern Maine sports coverage of Tourney 2025. Hammond Lumber, they're our presenting sponsor, and they're a fourth-generation family-owned company with over 900 dedicated employees across 22 locations in both Maine and New Hampshire. A trusted Maine building supply, service, and materials company serving industry since 1953. And for a slam dunk in your next home buying or selling processes, remember to get looped and get sold with Next Homie, Sarah Ryan, with Next Home Experience. So, Gabe, we're going to take it to a quick break, and when we return, we're going to talk about the Katahdin Cougars as we prepare for the Class D Regional Final. We're going to send it to a break. Be back with you shortly.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Go and stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at kimballinsuranceenagency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business. Ral's Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Ral's Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Ral's Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine.
Get ideas and inspiration before your next building project even begins at Hammond Lumber Company. Create your vision when you explore Hammond's extensive in-store showroom displays, showcasing innovative trends from industry-leading suppliers and designers. Your Hammond sales rep will help you find the look you like, and Hammond's design team will help you make it your own. And Hammond delivers from 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. For your next building project, find your vision at Hammond Lumber Company.
My name is Rick Ames, and now we have an office in Dexter, which is what we consider our hometown now. We still have our office in Lincoln, and we're loving that. We're looking forward to helping you naturally feel and be your very best.
Building or remodeling a home or office and need electrical work? Call Ideal Energy Solutions. Ideal Energy Solutions is ready to wire your building right. Don't settle for less than ideal. Go with Ideal Energy Solutions. Call today.
Ral's Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Ral's Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Ral's Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine.
Been to Harvest Moon Deli yet? See you down at the deli.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
My name is Rick Ames, and now we have an office in Dexter, which is what we consider our hometown now. We still have our office in Lincoln, and we're loving that. We're looking forward to helping you naturally feel and be your very best.
And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business.
Building or remodeling a home or office and need electrical work? Call Ideal Energy Solutions. Ideal Energy Solutions is ready to wire your building right. Don't settle for less than ideal. Go with Ideal Energy Solutions. Call today.
Get ideas and inspiration before your next building project even begins at Hammond Lumber Company. Create your vision when you explore Hammond's extensive in-store showroom displays, showcasing innovative trends from industry-leading suppliers and designers. Your Hammond sales rep will help you find the look you like, and Hammond's design team will help you make it your own. And Hammond delivers from 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. For your next building project, find your vision at Hammond Lumber Company.
Timeout.
All right! Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the MPA and the Maine Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Good afternoon and welcome back inside the Cross Insurance Center as we await the start of regional final action in the Class D boys side. Again, we have the Schenck Wolverines taking on the Katahdin Cougars. And one more time, my name's Zach White. I'm happy to be joined by my broadcast partner and friend, Gabe Nason. We'll be doing the audio broadcast for you this afternoon, and we got Mark Hellman producing this one for you all at home. We do want to thank you for joining along for our Tourney 2025 coverage, which has been brought to you by some of our amazing sponsors. Want to let you know about a few more. Black Bear Cranes, family-owned and operated crane and rigging service provider located in Herman, covering the state of Maine with cranes from 27 to 240 tons. From roof trusses, HVAC units, steel and precast erection to modular home and communications equipment. Call 977-BEAR today. Handy Stop, your one-stop shop for essentials. Handy Stop serves small communities and are stocked with a large selection of snacks and beverages, hot, delicious food, and local Maine products. You can find them in Howland, Lee, and over Foxcroft, and even on Facebook and Instagram at handy_stop to see pizza and takeout specials, new products, and other promotions. And you can check out our store at Eastern Maine Sports Merch, things like shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and much more. You can check it all out at easternmainsports.com or on our Facebook page. So, Gabe, now returning to the action, 2 minutes and 48 seconds left on the pregame clock. Earlier we talked about the Schenck Wolverines. Let's talk about the Katahdin Cougars. What do they have to do in this one to come up with what some would probably call an upset over the Schenck Wolverines?
Yeah, and I think ultimately it comes down to their shooting. And not just me. Coach Hutchins for Schenck said that if Katahdin beats us today, it'll be because their point guards and their shooters play well. That starts with Connor Edwards, their 1,000-point scorer. But also, I have to mention Calvin Richardson, who exploded in their semifinal matchup and was a big reason why they won that one. It's going to start with those two guys. Josh Martin underneath, going to be a big guy, try and have to stop Owen Wyman. I assume he'll get the assignment on Wyman today. So those three guys are going to be the biggest ones in this game for them. But like I said, starts with the shooting, and obviously going to have to play great defense against a great defensive team in Schenck. I do expect this game to be relatively lower scoring compared to what these two teams scored in the regular season, just because they're both great defensive teams. Absolutely,
and things get a little bit tighter come the playoffs, especially in a game like this, so definitely a good idea there, Gabe. One of the things we kind of talked about during the break is depth and what that can offer you for a team, but also just a variety of people to attack you and can cause problems for you offensively, defensively, and these two teams seem to have that out on the floor. Who are a couple of key players? You mentioned a few a moment ago for the Katahdin Cougars. Returning to the Schenck Wolverines, who are some of the maybe the unsung heroes that are going to have to step up in this one if they want to advance and get the regional final win?
Yeah, I mean, Sam Jacobs has been huge for them all year. Great defensive player, has hit a bunch of huge shots for them, hit a bunch in that Barrow Christian game. I talked a little bit about Braden Osborne, obviously a huge player for them, but had a quiet quarterfinal, then was huge in that semifinal game, was the reason they beat Bangor Christian. Those two will be my two to watch for sure. And then obviously you have a Wyatt Sprague and a Gage Brown who come off the bench. Gage Brown, a shooter for them. He gets a lot of opportunities, and if he can do that, if he can have the opportunities to shoot today, he's going to be huge for them in extending that lead and getting some momentum against this Katahdin Cougars team.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and both sides have returned to their benches. So in a moment, we're going to turn it over to the public address announcer inside the Cross Insurance Center. They're going to give you the totality of either side's lineups, and then we will return for the remainder of the broadcast. Be back with you shortly.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Cross Insurance Center for the 2025 Maine Principals Association State Basketball Tournament Presented by Ware Butler Building Supply, a division of Pleasant River Lumber. This Northern Maine Boys Class D Championship game features the number 2 seed in visiting Cougars from Katahdin High School with a record of 17-3, and the number 1 seed in Old Wolverines from Schenck High School with a record of 19-1. At this time, let's meet the participants in this afternoon's Northern Maine Class D Championship game. Introducing first the team members for the visiting Katahdin High School Cougars, coached by Greg Bivinghouse. Senior number 3, Kaden Delano. Freshman number 11, Connor Schmidt. Junior number 13, Matt Pine. Sophomore number 24, Chris Mitchell. Freshman number 25, Ralph Heath. Junior number 34, Jacob Herbert. Freshman number 35, Chandler Libby. And a junior number 40, John O'Hara. Now we introduce the team members of the Schenck High School Wolverines, coached by Aaron Hutchins. Freshman number 5, Cameron Mayhew. Freshman number 10, Marcus Hutchins. Freshman number 12, Thomas DeSantis. Freshman number 15, Camden York. Junior number 20, Hunter Hale. Junior number 22, Paige Brown. Freshman number 23, Wyatt Sprague. Sophomore number 30, Caleb Peavy. Freshman number 35, Lucas Meadow. And sophomore number 55, Riley O'Clair. Now for the starting lineups this afternoon's Northern Maine Class D Championship game. For Katahdin net guard, junior number 2, Calvin Richardson. For Schenck guard, senior number 3, Sam Jacobs. For Katahdin guard, a senior captain, number 4, Connor Edwards. For Schenck guard, a senior number 11, Cameron Atkinson. For Katahdin forward, a senior captain, number 5, Josh Martin. For Schenck guard, a junior number 13, Braden Osborne. For Katahdin guard, a senior number 10, Chandler Smith. For Schenck forward, a senior captain, number 32, Owen Wyman. And for the Katahdin High School Cougars at guard, a sophomore number 14, Whiten Cotsgrove. For the Schenck High School Wolverines at forward, a senior, number 34, Gavin Wagner.
All right, welcome back here. Now you've had the totality of either side's lineups, and let me tell you, Gabe, you could feel the energy from either sideline in this one. It is important to mention that the Schenck Wolverines, we said it before, they've been sitting in these seats for quite a while. Their fans I'm speaking of.
Yes.
The girls, hard-fought game before, but yes, they did come out with that one with a loss. As that fan base is going to rile behind this boys team now because they want to get one out of here. They could have had both, but obviously you can't win them all, as the saying goes. And the Katahdin Cougars looking to spoil the day for the Schenck Wolverines. This is going to be a fun one this afternoon. We're happy to be able to bring it to you. So inside the circle, it's going to be Edwards for the Cougars and Wyman for the Wolverines. We have the whistle. We have the jump. And the Cougars have the basketball. It's going to be Richardson to get us started. The senior, or junior rather, great player for this Cougar squad. There's a lot of great plays happen. Dribble handoff atop the key. Calling for the screen now, defended well by the Wolverines, not really allowing much. All this action happening on three-point line extended. Owen Wyman now pokes it away on the sideline, going to be knocked out of bounds. Calvin Richardson able to kind of do the box out maneuver there to not let Wyman get that ball after it was poked away. It's going to stay Cougar basketball.
You can already see the defensive idea for the Wolverines being that when the shooters come off the screen, it's a quick switch and a quick switch back so that there's no opportunity for them to shoot the three.
And off the out-of-bounds set opportunity, it was Edwards to Martin. They kind of played a two-player game, and Martin got the engine started a little bit early there. It's a travel headed back the other direction. First opportunity on the offensive end for the Wolverines. Osborne bringing it up. Extra pass ahead. Atkinson back to Osborne now. Given up to Jacobs. One more back to Atkinson. Thought about getting to Wyman on the post up. Well defended by the Cougars. Now calling for the screen. Osborne dribble handoff. One more to Wyman. Playing a three-player game. We have a travel headed the other way. Very similar to what we saw with the Cougars. Either side, a set of turnovers to start the ball game. Maybe a little bit of some high energy to get this game going.
For sure, and we talked about in the pregame that both these teams very good defensively. That's backed by the stats. Schenck, number 2 in the state in points allowed. Katahdin, number 3 in the state in points allowed.
Something to watch indeed as Calvin Richardson watches us get the scoring started off of the floater from his fingertips. 2-0 to start the ball game. Important to mention, the Wolverines coming out with their intense defense, as you mentioned, had kind of like a half-court trap. And that time, well managed by the Cougars, and a great pass inside. Wyman to Jacobs along the baseline. Flashing from the top of the key was Samuel Jacobs. Beautiful pass from that right side corner by Owen Wyman. It leads to a foul. So set opportunity underneath the basket, taken out of bounds for the Wolverines early on in the ballgame here.
An early foul on Calvin Richardson. Certainly not a guy you want in foul trouble this early, too. Got to be careful not to pick up a second.
Off the inbounds, well defended along the baseline by Martin. Able to force a pickup, and ultimately ball traveled out of play off of Gagnon's hands. He knew it too. He hit it right the other direction the second the call was made. And the Cougars, they get it back, contending with this half-court pressure, taken away by Jacobs. Flew in out of nowhere, able to get the steal just across the half-court line. Now the Wolverines working again offensively. A little bit of a miscommunication. Wolverines keep it alive off the hands of Gagnon. Broken play, set opportunity. Osborne had a look at a three. His shot was no good, and foul on the rebounding action against Gavin Gagnon.
Been physical so far in every regard defensively for both teams. It's been who's going to out-tough the other one so far.
And it has been a frenetic pace to start this ball game. And the Cougars, they feel right at home in that. They get it across half court now. Extra kick with a screen set. Given up to Richardson. He's got the only two of the ball game. Gives that one up. Extra pass, that time to the right side wing. Edwards, his three no good. Swallowed up by Owen Wyman. Pushing the pace now for the Wolverines. Wyman, kick to Gagnon. Gagnon's drive shut off. He gives it back to Osborne atop the key. Osborne, no look pass underneath. Jacobs, the reverse layup up and in.
Jacobs already making his impact known. Big steal, and obviously the first bucket for Schenck today.
Osborne drew attention with the eyes, threw the ball a different direction. No look pass equals 2 points for Samuel Jacobs. On the other end, Richardson a long three. Fresh into the offensive set, no good. Rebounded by Atkinson. The Wolverines pushing the tempo of their own now, working in the half court.
Both teams moving the ball quickly around the key.
Gagnon, nice kick out. Wyman, 3 buckets.
Cannot leave him open anywhere on the court or else he'll make you pay. Just an elite all-around scorer.
It was a beautiful look by Gavin Gagnon. Dribble penetration equals an Owen Wyman 3 on the right side wing. Cougars now looking to get into their offense on the opposite end. Moving it around the perimeter. Giving up, that's Martin. Sets a screen over to Richardson. Good patience on display here. Solid passing along the perimeter. Not looking to score thus far. Now Richardson tries to get a full head of steam, loses his dribble for a moment. Kicked back out. Now Martin clean look at a three. His shot no good. Battle for the rebound. We're getting a foul underneath. If that's against Gagnon, that would be his second. We await the call here. Doesn't look like they put up 3-4.
On Atkinson
say it was
instead.
against Atkinson.
That was nearly very bad for Schenck very early.
And that brings in our first substitution of the game. Caden Delano now in for the Katahdin Cougars. He gave it up to Hartsgrove before giving it right back. Martin calling for the screen. Edwards sets it, gets the ball right back. We're going to have a travel on the newly into the game. Delano headed the other way now for the Wolverines.
His man tried to jump the pass. He had the position in the lane, got a little bit too excited, didn't take the dribble first.
Osborne now for the Wolverines across the timeline, calling out an offensive set. Wyman, set opportunity from three. Shot was well short, no good. That was from well beyond the college line there. Has gone to 3 to go in this one. 5-2 our score, 3:30 remaining here in the first. Pass! Nobody home, taken away by the Wolverines. Kick to the corner in transition. One more atop the key to Gagnon. And good transition defense by the Cougars. Osborne, he's going to pull up and be fouled. That one whistled against Richardson.
His second.
Big early on in this ball game. Again, kind of broken transition opportunity. Osborne just kind of created something on his own there. Drove atop the key with the left hand, pulled up from the left side elbow. And he's going to be rewarded by headed to the free throw line. His first short, no good.
No sub coming in for Richardson. That's of note, obviously, with two very early fouls. Do not want him to get his third.
It'll be interesting to see if they switch him off of Osborne now. Second one good by Osborne, splits the trip. Or if they try to keep it as more of the same. Feeling a pivotal moment early on in this ball game. Breaking through the pressure is Edwards and the Cougars. He pulls up from mid-range, rolls in. So a quick shot, but a good one there by Connor Edwards, able to knock down the mid-range J. And it is still Richardson on Osborne. Osborne's pass over to Atkinson. Atkinson drove down the heart of the lane. Wyman, the intended recipient, he has to kick it out, gives it back to Osborne. Osborne's going to be whistled for a travel. Drove down the left side of the lane. Tried to come to a jump stop, shuffled the feet. Got to be a little careful on the reaction to the call. But cooler heads prevail. Now working the other way are the Cougars. They haven't had much trouble breaking through the pressure thus far. Some unforced turnovers out of it. But this time able to get it across the timeline. Edwards had it for a moment. Gives it back atop the key before receiving it right back. One more to Delano in the corner. Perimeter action. Perimeter oriented right now for the Cougars. Not really looking inside. They finally do. Gives it to Edwards, and he's fouled by Jacobs underneath. And that came before the shot, so it's going to be out of bounds underneath the basket. An opportunity here for the Cougars early on.
Jacobs first. 3 starters for Schenck with 1 foul so far.
And Jacobs, he's going to check out of the game, which is going to bring Gage Brown in. Chandler Smith, the senior, also in for the Cougars. Richardson pass inside to Martin. Right on the right side, low block, and had it swatted away by Owen Wyman. Ball back to the Wolverines now, trying to again work in transition, but excellent transition defense again here by the Cougars. Osborne's going to pull it out. Calls for the screen and try to get a set opportunity. Osborne tries to go baseline, shut off well there by Edwards. Dribble picked up, given back to Brown, fresh into the ball game. He drove down the heart of the lane and he's fouled.
3 on Richardson. They tried to switch him off of Osborne. It worked until Gage Brown attacked on a switch. They had him extended, I believe, on Gagnon, trying to keep it away. They switched on a screen. He ended up on Brown, and Brown gets him to draw his third.
And that's great presence of mind by the Wolverines and Coach Hutchinson. Off on the first is Brown. What a huge substitution, or being needed to be made. Caden Delano back into the game now. And that's going to send Calvin Richardson to the bench. Something to watch. 1:45 remaining here in the opening quarter. Empty trip for Brown, off on the second as well. Given up to Edwards. He has a lot of responsibility for this Cougars team. He has more of it now. Shot from three, good! Fresh out of the half-court trap break, Chandler Smith was left uncontested atop the key. Knocks it down, and the Cougars got a lead here. Working in the half-court offense now are the Wolverines, trying to answer right back. Brown picks it up. Osborne, now he has it. His drive shut off. The physicality ratcheting up for either side here, Gabe.
Yeah, both teams they're just getting pushing and shoving in the post. People got arms wrapped around each other. They're letting them play, which I appreciate, but it is something.
It is regional final basketball. And Martin sends that one away. Osborne trying to put a floater up on the left side low block. Had that one returned to the sender, out of bounds. Ball's going to stay Wolverines. Set opportunity now underneath the basket.
And that's where Martin's hugely important to this Katahdin team. He keeps the interior locked down with his defense.
Osborne's drive along the baseline shut off, forced to kick it back out. It was given up to Atkinson, now back to Brown. Going to reset the offense here. Gagnon, he sets the screen. Was giving it to him back atop the key. Took a move down to the low block. No good on the attempt. Wyman now the follow. His runner in the lane, good. Offensive boards often lead to good things. It did right there for Owen Wyman. Lead back to the Wolverines. Pass ahead to Hartsgrove. Back to Martin. His shot from three. Long, no good. Wyman comes away with it. Osborne was uncontested down the floor, but unable to connect there, so just slowing it down. Osborne recollects in the half court.
I think Wyman saw the clock and was hoping to get one last shot.
Kick over, 3 seconds remaining. Brown, the dribble drive, shot at the rim, rolls off, no good. That's going to be how the first quarter of action comes to a close. We've got a good one, 8-7, Wolverines on top. We're going to take it to a quick commercial break. Be back with you shortly.
Timeout. All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the MPA and the Maine Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back here now as we prepare for the second quarter of action. Gabe through one. It's the Schenck Wolverines on top. They lead 8-7. One of the major storylines of this ballgame so far, and one that's going to remain a storyline for the rest of this ballgame, is Calvin Richardson. 3 first quarter fouls. You might not see him again in this first half.
Yeah, I can't imagine you do unless things start to get vastly out of hand quickly here. I'd have to imagine Katahdin sits him on the bench for at least until maybe mid-third. I'd have to think, because you don't want him to get a quick fourth in the third as well.
The game's going to dictate a lot of that in the way that it goes. And the Wolverines, they're going to start with the ball this quarter. A runner in the lane by Atkinson was no good. Swallowed up by Martin. And now the Cougars running.
How in the world did that not go down?
Rolled all the way around the rim. And on the other end, we have a player control foul on the screen. So there was a 3 from the corner for Delano. Shot was long, no good anyways, but before it, an illegal screen set by Edwards.
And with Richardson out, he cannot get in foul trouble. Those are your 2 main ball handlers. If he goes out, Don's going to be in trouble real quick.
Edwards, that's just his first, but good point to mention there, Gabe. See if they try to get aggressive. Edwards on Owen Wyman as well. Pass underneath, Atkinson wide open at the rim. Delano went for the steal, and it ended up in Atkinson uncontested on the right side low block. Easy 2. On the other end now, Martin catches it atop the key. Straight drive, kick to the corner for 3 on the left side was no good. Giving back up now, another opportunity. Smith has his own miss there, another rebound. The subsequent kick to the corner. Both sides playing at a quick pace here. Backing it up is Chandler Smith. Big given to Hartsgrove. Back to Edwards. Again, a lot of this action is just perimeter oriented. A couple of dribble handoffs atop the key. This time Edwards goes baseline with it. His shot no good. Gets his own miss. rolls off no good. Gabe, I think they had 5 opportunities.
Yes, they did.
That total trip.
4 offensive rebounds for him.
And Osborne trying to make the most of his opportunity right there. He caught it on one end of the floor, went to the other, and he was fouled on a dribble drive. He's going to head to the free throw line, chance at 2.
And you can feel the difference with Richardson not on the floor on the offensive end. Nobody felt comfortable with the ball in their hands outside of Edwards, and that's the one that attacked. So, gonna need to figure something out.
Osborne gets his first to roll in, good. Gonna bring in a couple of substitutions here. Gagnon and Jacobs return for the Wolverines. Checking in for the Katahdin Cougars, Connor Schmidt, the freshman, getting some early minutes here. Osborne, his second from the line, that time good as well, so perfect clean trip there. 12-7 our score, 6:27 remaining here in the opening half of basketball. Schmidt, one more ahead. Delano had it poked away. It's going to be knocked out of bounds off of the Wolverines.
Katahdin lucky to get that ball back. Looked like it could have potentially been off of the Cougars. Well,
Yeah.
my brain forgot what their name was.
A couple of deflections there, but able to keep possession in this half-court trap without Richardson.
Yeah.
Starting to present some trouble here for the Cougars. Edwards, he's trying to get the offense initiated. Giving up to Delano, but again, these are just dribble handoffs across the perimeter. That time Schmidt tries to get a full head of steam. Shut off well, though, by the Wolverines. And we're going to have, fighting through the screen that Schmidt had set, a foul against Schenck here.
Atkinson's second.
That's his second of the game, as Gabe pointed out. That's going to bring in Hunter Hale, the junior, getting his first minutes of the ball game here in regional final action.
Both teams so far having to be uncomfortable because of the substitutions they're having to make early. One starter for both teams out right now.
Martin, he has it at top of the key. He has Wyman on him. Kick to Hartsgrove. His shot from 3 on the right side wing, no good. Gagnon skied up for that rebound, now trying to push the tempo. Giving up to Wyman. Wyman down the heart of the lane, clean kick to the corner. Shut off along the baseline was Jacobs. Osborne now has a dribble handoff to Hale. New into the ball game, back to Osborne in the corner. Shut off well, great defense by either side, something that we talked about before the ball game, and it is on display. Gagnon now. Good move along the right side, low block. His shot was no good, got his own miss. Wyman comes away with it now. Back to Osborne, Schmidt on him. Rising up, shot no good. Had a spinner in the lane, unable to get it to go, and now the Cougars pushing the tempo. Edwards had it for a moment. Give him back to Schmidt, to Martin, had his shot blocked, but they're going to say it hit the arm. Did Jacobs.
His second. So now 2 starters on Schenck Wolverines with 2 fouls.
Much to the chagrin of the Schenck faithful. Going to send Martin to the free throw line. Still looking for their first points of the quarter are the Cougars. Martin's first on the line, rolls in and out, no good. One more will be on the way here.
Cougars have yet to put up a point in this quarter, almost 4 minutes in.
And that was a 3, so 3 free throws on the way. The second, no good. Chandler Smith returning to the ball game. Coach Bivinghouse going to the well, so to speak. A number of players being brought in and out, trying to find a rhythm with the unit that's out on the floor. Third time's a charm for Josh Martin, able to get the final to fall. Cougars on the board in the second.
And Jacobs remaining in the game for the Schenck Wolverines despite the 2 fouls. I just don't think Coach Hutchins feels comfortable trying to have 2 starters out this early in the game.
Wyman, low block. And we're going to have a 3-second violation called against Gavin Gagnon, who was working the opposite side. I think he was waiting for a shot potentially by Wyman. Wyman was going to work down there. The two kind of got a little conjumbled there and ends up being a 3-second violation. Going the other way now are the Cougars. Pass underneath, Martin to Schmidt, alley-oop basketball.
Oh my goodness, what a pass that was.
The 5'7" freshman got up there, but shot was no good. Couldn't get the layup to go. Great pass by Josh Martin as well. But now on the other end are the Wolverines. Wyman calling for the screen, but gives it up to Osborne. Going to set the screen himself. Osborne gets the switch. Schmidt now guarding Owen Wyman. Connor Edwards comes over to provide help. Gagnon was looking for Wyman on a slip across the baseline. They're hunting the matchups here and looking for those switches, but that time Gagnon passed well over the outstretched arms of Owen Wyman. It's going back the other way.
Yeah, Katahdin has switched to every single screen. There's just switch, so it created a mismatch. 11 for Katahdin, and Martin tried to switch. Wyman saw them switch, tried to cut back door, had the open potential bucket, but ball too high.
And now, again, reminder, Calvin Richardson still on the bench with those 3 fouls. On the other end, Chandler Smith. We've got a wedgie here, folks. So the shot by Smith gets wedged between the rim and the backboard. That ends up being a jump ball, and possession arrow keeps the ball with the Cougars. So
our first one this season.
Yeah, first one I've seen in quite a while, but all told, it's Cougar basketball underneath the basket. Smith takes a dribble, thought about a 3, kicks it back up to Edwards. Edwards, his shot no good. Owen Wyman skied in for the rebound. It's tipped, taken away by the Cougars. Osborne, quick pass ahead to Atkinson, back into the ball game. He has 2 fouls. Something to watch for the Wolverines in this one. That time Osborne put the ball on the deck, taken away by Hartsgrove. Given up to Schmidt and then back to Smith. Hartsgrove, great defense there. Looking to transition that into some offense before giving the ball up to Martin. Pass inside to Edwards, tipped in the air. Still controlled by the Cougars. Edwards, his shot from 3 on the left side wing, no good. Jacob skies in with one hand to grab that board. Cougars, empty trip there. Wolverines working the other way. Osborne, drive along the baseline, kick one more to Brown. Back up top to Wyman, his 3 short. Doesn't catch anything, travels out of play.
A combined 1 field goal in this quarter for both teams. Been a defensive clinic by both sides.
Gabe, you said it well, that both sides might have a lower scoring total than you would anticipate them being able to achieve based off of how well these 2 defenses operate. And we're seeing that on display. Schmidt, the freshman, right side corner. Shot long, no good. Skying for the rebound is Smith. Cougars keep possession. Martin has Wyman on him. The drive. Switch now. Brown and Wyman, they double. Hartsgrove uncontested atop the key, knocks it down.
Hartsgrove, obviously the brother of Hunter Hartsgrove, who had a big tournament last year for Katahdin, playing a CMCC now, but he's making his name known in this one so far.
He is having a massive impact, and on the other end, Jacobs hits a fadeaway J with a Hartsgrove hand in the face there. And takes it away on the other end, does Jacobs. Racing in transition, Edwards, the defense, Jacobs, the layup. 4 points in quick order for Sam Jacobs. Martin racing back the other way. Here are some points.
I'll say a combined 3 points through the first basically 6 minutes of this quarter, and now in the last 45 seconds, we've got, I think like 9.
Yeah, it's an offensive explosion all of a sudden. And slowing things down for the moment are the Wolverines. They want to take a good shot opportunity. 1:15 left on the clock. Given up to Wyman. One more to Osborne. Osborne, kick. Jacobs feeling himself from 3, no good. Taken away by Smith and the Cougars. Edwards walks it across the timeline. Hartsgrove, dribble handoff back to Schmidt. Under 50 seconds now. See how either side tries to massage and end out this first half of play. Dribble handoff, Chandler Smith from 3. Shot short, no good. Skying in for the zone, misses Smith. Following his shot there. It's not the first time he's done that in this ball game. We have a timeout taken by Josh Martin out on the floor. Ball was kind of getting batted around for a moment, so as soon as the Cougars gain possession, timeout taken. Moment for everyone to collect themselves here. A 3-point ball game, 32 seconds remaining here. Gabe, with Calvin Richardson on the bench.
Yeah.
I think if you're Coach Bivinghausen, we'll talk about this maybe a little bit more at halftime as well, but I think you would take where you're at in the ball game right now.
Yeah, despite only the 6 points by the team in the quarter, they played great defense to make up for the offense that walked off the court when Richardson had 3. And obviously Schenck been able to do what they wanted to do offensively in the past couple of minutes, but certainly great defense by Katahdin for the most of this quarter without Richardson on the floor to make up for the offense.
Do want to mention at halftime we're going to have a special guest joining us, Jason Coleman. Always a great opportunity to be able to talk to him about the college basketball ranks and also get his thoughts and opinions on the Maine High School basketball tournament. So that'll be coming up at the halftime, so stay tuned for that. On the other end now, ball played in, worked around for the Cougars. Schmidt almost ended up out of play, and we have a foul underneath. If that's against Atkinson, that's his 3rd. He's headed to the bench. It is his 3rd. Which is going to bring Hale back in now. Hunter Hale checking in with 16.7 on the clock. Just the team's 3rd, so not near the free throw mark yet. Can be a little bit aggressive here off the inbounds.
And interesting because Coach Hutchins put Jacobs on the bench with 2, and then obviously Atkinson gets his 3rd.
Right off the inbounds, the ball was swallowed up by Osborne straight into his arms, so it's going to be a Wolverine opportunity to end the quarter. Calling for the screen, drives and bumps. Had a foul to give, actually have 2 more to give. Well, 1 more at least. Now having that foul been made for the Cougars, that's just their 3rd team foul.
First on Martin.
So they have 1 more foul to give with 3.5 on the clock. Opportunity underneath the basket, played in. Osborne backs it up, fade away, Jay. Off the mark, no good. That's going to conclude the first half of play. 16-13 our score, Wolverines on top. We want to take the time to thank some of the sponsors that have helped make these broadcasts free and available. Hammond Lumber is our presenting sponsor. They are a 4th-generation family-owned company with over 900 dedicated employees across 22 locations in Maine and New Hampshire. A trusted Maine building supply, service, and materials company serving industry since 1953. For a slam dunk in your next home buying or selling processes, remember to get looped and get sold with next homie Sarah Ryan with Next Home Experience. In Black Bear Crane, they're a family-owned and operated crane and rigging service provider located in Hermon, covering the state of Maine with cranes from 27 to 240 tons, from roof trusses, HVAC units, steel and precast erection to modular home and communications equipment. Call 977-BEAR today. With that, we're going to swing it on over to commercial break and be back with you shortly on the halftime program.
Brothers owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Been to Harvest Moon Deli yet? See you down at the deli.
Welcome back here now. Thank you for rejoining us at the halftime program. 8:26 on the halftime clock. Either sides have returned to their respective locker rooms. I'm happy to be joined by Coach Jason Coleman. Coach, it's always a pleasure to be able to sit and talk to you. I always talk about some of the coaches in the local area, about their basketball minds and acumen, and yours is up there with the best. You have a wealth of knowledge, especially in terms of tourney experience, and I guess let's just start there. This is obviously a very special time each year for the local area, and kind of for you personally. What does the tournament mean for you? What is your experience, and what have your time been like at the tournament? What's that been for you?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's the best week of the year. I've coached in many different states, but Maine does it right. Games all day, multiple venues, the towns, the community come out. Obviously, we had a lot of success when I was at Orono, and Coach Catala's brought it to a whole nother level now. And it's just nice to see so many familiar faces here. And that's one thing that's really unique about this tournament is it's almost like a reunion for everybody. And the basketball community is a really tight-knit group, and we all get together and spend some time together this week, and it's a lot of fun. I know this game, Schenck's head coach, Aaron Hutchins, used to play for me. So in their last session, Griffin Garrett played for me as well. So I was able to watch those two back-to-back. So a lot of different meanings. But it's a chance to go out and, appreciate the high school athletes and what they bring to the table and what the communities do to support them.
And it's kind of you help set that foundation for a lot of not just the athletes you just mentioned, but obviously the Orono Red Riots program. You're kind of synonymous over there and helping set that foundation so it can build itself up and elevate to new heights. And obviously that game last night was incredible. What a run for the Orono Red Riots. A great finish to that game, of course. Congratulations to the Caribou Vikings if you joined us for that one. Coach, one of the things I want to talk about is obviously you've had a lot of success at the college circuit as well. And when you come to the tournament and you are watching athletes, obviously you're a coach, you're a fan, you're a spectator, you're all those things. But when you're looking at these athletes, what are some of the things from a college circuit perspective that you might be looking at all the X's and O's? The stats are great, but as a complete package, what are some of the things that you look for having the lens of the college game?
This might blow your mind. The first things we do is we watch you warm up, and then we find out where your parents are in the stands and we watch your parents. Because we recruit character first. So if you're warming up hard, if you're cheering for your teammates in warm-ups, that's
truly as important as anything to do with basketball. The GPA, student athlete. Make sure you're getting your education. You're getting that experience done as the Katahdin Cougars making their way back out to the floor. Now, Coach, I'm not letting you leave without talking about this first half of basketball. I got to get your thoughts and opinions. 16-13, it's been a defensive battle. Let's start on the Katahdin side. What are some of the things you noticed from that first half?
It is, and neither team's having much success right now finishing in the paint or even at the foul line. Without looking at the stats, I believe Schenck's left 4 to 6 points out there. And one thing you'll notice, and Schenck's doing a really good job in the half-court defense, but Katahdin's scoring off of the pressure. So when Schenck's scrambling, that's what's giving up the open looks and the offensive rebounds, and that's what's keeping Katahdin in. So I won't be surprised if Schenck pulls that back a little bit, saves it for later in the game. But if you're Katahdin, you got to continue to attack their offensive glass extremely hard. They're creating multiple possessions each trip down the court by getting offensive rebounds, and at some point the layups are going to keep falling because they're high percentage shots. So I think this scoring will pick up here. I wouldn't be surprised to see this in the low 30s after 3, and then have a really good game in the fourth.
Well, it's been a good game thus far. It's been a great halftime. Anytime I get to talk to you, Coach, it's always a pleasure. I appreciate your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all you do for sports in Maine.
Thank you very much, Coach. We're going to send it on over to a quick break and be back with you to finish out the halftime show.
Get ideas and inspiration before your next building project even begins at Hammond Lumber Company. Create your vision when you explore Hammond's extensive in-store showroom displays, showcasing innovative trends from industry-leading suppliers and designers. Your Hammond sales rep will help you find the look you like, and Hammond's design team will help you make it your own. And Hammond delivers from 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. For your next building project, find your vision at Hammond Lumber Company.
And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business. Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
My name's Rick Ames, and now we have an office in Dexter, which is what we consider our hometown now. We still have our office in Lincoln, and we're loving that. We're looking forward to helping you naturally feel and be your very best.
Welcome back here, and thank you for rejoining us on the halftime program. Gabe, the halftime is expiring. Both sides returning to the floor. I do want to just one more time thank Coach Jason Coleman for coming on and sharing his basketball brain, because I really appreciate it. He's got a wealth of knowledge, and
that's for sure.
Always a pleasure to be able to talk to him. But returning to the action, 16-13 our score. Wolverines, they're going to start with the ball to get this second half going, and a purposeful drive by Owen Wyman. That was definitely designed out of the break. Owen Wyman caught it on the right side elbow, went downhill with a purpose. Layup at the rim over Connor Edwards. 2 points.
Had to get him involved. Didn't score in the second quarter at all.
And on the other end, Atkinson, a poke away on a pass intended to Josh Martin atop the key. And it's ball back to the Wolverines here. Osborne working with it.
Important to mention that Richardson, who has 3, and Atkinson, who has 3, both in the game guarding each other.
Gagnon has it atop the key. That is a storyline. Those fouls. Wyman, the cross-court pass to a diving Gagnon. Good post move, able to spin back with the left shoulder. Into the lane, gets the 2 to go. 4-0 run to start this quarter for the Wolverines. And active hands and energy on display. Tips that one out of bounds. Ball does stay to the Cougars. But the effort and intensity is all Wolverines right now.
Cougars got to get something going because, yeah, like you said, it's fully momentum to Schenck right now.
Hartsgrove able to get by Jacobs. Got all the way into the heart of the lane, but off on the shot there. Ball back to Schenck. Osborne calling for a screen. He gets it. Drives baseline. Backs it up with a fader. Shot no good. Rebound strong by Martin. Pushing the pace now in transition. Given ahead to Edwards. Right in front of us to Chandler Smith in the left side corner. He passes it inside. Josh Martin bangs with a shoulder, spins into the lane, knocks down a 2 over the outstretched arm of Owen Wyman. Katahdin's first points of the half. And a big answer, at least to the momentum that was created by the Wolverines here. Osborne slows things down. Pass over to Wyman, one more to Atkinson in the left side corner. Gagnon atop the key, thought about it. Osborne giving up to him. His drive. Handoff to Gagnon. Calling for a post up now. Patience on this trip down. Gives it to Gagnon. Gagnon puts the head down. He drives baseline. We're going to have a foul against Josh Martin underneath. That's going to be his second. Ball underneath the basket here. Opportunity for the Wolverines. Also back into the half, as you mentioned, Gabe. To start the game, Calvin Richardson was guarding Osborne. That's Hartsgrove now. Richardson with those 3 fouls. Osborne able to get inside on the dribble drive there. Bump from behind. Plus the layup. Osborne gets the better of Hartsgrove. That trip down. He's going to have a chance to convert the 3-point opportunity.
His second as well. So now you've got 3 different players, all starters for Katahdin, as Osborne makes his free throw with 2.
Osborne, such a pretty shot there. Able to knock it down. Converts a 3-point opportunity. On the other end, it's Jacobs going to be whistled for the reach in. One thing that Coach Jason Coleman pointed out that is a very accurate statement is a lot of the opportunities for Katahdin has come out of kind of a broken defensive set.
Yeah.
So they've been able to handle the pressure at times and then through that pressure create their own opportunities. So it'll be interesting to see how Coach Hutchinson continues things. This half, Gagnon able to come from behind on the inbounds there. Josh Martin wanted the ball atop the key. Didn't see Gagnon behind him, and Gavin Gagnon gets the turnover there. Working on the other end. Pass underneath to Owen Wyman. I think we're going to have a 3-second violation against Wyman. Posted up a little too long in the paint there. Turnover headed back the other way, which brings in Hunter Hale, who checks in for Sam Jacobs. Ball played in for Katahdin. Richardson across the timeline to Smith, met by a pair of Wolverines, who now pass it along the perimeter, breaking through this pressure yet again. Hartsgrove along the baseline, given back out to Martin. Martin cross court to Smith. One more underneath. Richardson with the left hand in the lane, no good. had Owen Wyman in front of him disrupting that shot.
Schenck making Katahdin work for every single bucket they're getting.
Hunter Hale goes to work on the other end. Good curl off of an Owen Wyman screen, caught it in the middle of the paint. Up fake and then went up and under for the 2. On the other end, Hartsgrove, fresh out of the pressure. Shot from 3, no good. I think they're going to say that shot hit the top of the backboard.
Must have nicked it on the way up.
Originally hit the rim, bounced up strong, hit the top of the backboard, so out of bounds. Opportunity here for the Wolverines, who have stretched their lead to 10. 9-2 this quarter. Slow start for the Katahdin offense. Wolverines looking to extend their run. Hale to Osborne, looking for Wyman underneath, well defended. Gagnon had it. He's going to be whistled for the travel. Caught it on the left side elbow. Had a little bit of a shuffle of the feet. We're headed the other way.
And for those interested in the South of who will play one of these teams, Valley, the number 1 seed, down 21 after 3 quarters. Looks like St. Dom's is going to be moving on and potentially facing one of these teams, barring a massive comeback by Valley.
Something to watch as the winner will await the winner of that one. Hartsgrove, he had a look from 3 out of the half-court set, no good, but an offensive glass rebound keeps it here. Martin now has it in the lane, his runner good. Offensive rebounds, I've said it before, but they lead to great opportunities, and that time leads to 2 points off the hands of Josh Martin. It's Osborne going the other way now, kick over to Atkinson. Atkinson has his pass tipped, Gagnon able to control it, now resetting the offense here for the Wolverines. Gives it up to Osborne, had a full head of steam, defended well by Hartsgrove. Forces the kick out. Switch now, Gagnon guarded by Hartsgrove. That's the matchup they want, but well defended. The double team came, forced a kick out. Back into the hands of Osborne. He's going to curl around a screen, pull up from the right side elbow. Shot long, no good, taken away by Hartsgrove. Poked out of bounds. Ball going to stay with the Katahdin Cougars here.
I have to mention it too. When I talked to Coach Hutchinson pregame, he mentioned the way that he wanted to win this game was to wear these Cougars down, make them just work and work and work and work, and then shots on the other end offensively for them would become easy, so they would be able to run away with the lead. So far, he's been spot on. This game started close, and Schenck has worn down the Cougars.
On the other end, it was a beautiful opportunity for Connor Edwards, kind of breaking immediately through that half-court pressure. His 3 was no good, but on the rebounding action, Atkinson flew in for the Wolverines, but he flew in a little too close to the sun. And foul whistled, and that's going to be his fourth. So Atkinson's going to be out of the ball game for a minute, you would have to assume at this point.
An interesting choice by Coach Hutchinson. He sat Samuel Jacobs for most of this half. He only has 2. Atkinson with 3. And Atkinson picks up the 4th. Jacobs enters for him.
And on the other end, Josh Martin, a quick 3. No good. Hunter Hale comes away with the glass. Pass ahead. Owen Wyman to Jacobs for 2. I think we have a violation, a flopping warning.
Where did that occur? Did you see it occur?
We're going to go to our correspondent, Cassidy.
Oh, okay. So, when Owen made the pass, when Owen Wyman made the pass, the player that was in front of him flopped to try and sell a charge call on the pass. Yes, okay. And it obviously resulted in a flop. The refs did not believe that he made contact with him.
Our eyes went to the scoring action.
Yes.
That's why we missed that one. But good set opportunity off of the transition break. Leads to 2 points. On the other end now, Martin bobbled the ball, but eventually able to kick to Edwards. Unable to get his shot to go. Gets his own miss. We have a hold.
I believe on Brown is what I just saw the ref mouth. Was 22?
Yep, 22. And they're going to say it was before the second shot of Edwards.
Brown's first, so no worries there.
Edwards, tough sledding in this one. Been defended well.
Only 2 points for him on the day. And obviously a very good scorer. He scored 1,000 in his career, so certainly tells you his level of ability to score the basketball.
Absolutely. On the other end, Calvin Richardson missed a lot of action in that first half with the foul trouble. His pass underneath to Edwards, blocked away by Jacobs. Edwards got his own miss. We have a second foul.
If that's on Jacobs, that's his third. And now you've got two starters who are in deep foul trouble, and it is.
Something to watch in this one. There's a lot of ball game left. That's also the fourth team foul against the Wolverines. So while offense has not been easy to come by for Katahdin in this quarter, as Edwards off on the first free throw, they potentially have the opportunity to get to the foul line here to close out the final 2:03. It's going to be 2 free throws rest of the way out of the quarter. Gagnon back into the ball game now. Ball played into Osborne. Brown in the corner. Set opportunity here, taking their time are the Wolverines. Osborne, good patience, has Smith on him. Dribble handoff to Hale. Hale. Delay, goes to the rim, shut off well. It's been a theme of the day. Defense, defense, defense. And it is on display this trip down. Osborne controls it again atop the key. Trying to drive across the left side baseline. Throws it up with the right. Up and in for 2.
And no player in this game has a double figures so far. Everybody in single fingers.
And on the other end, Edwards, ill-advised pass taken away by Wyman. We have a carry called the other way. Turnover, ball back to the Cougars here.
And that hurts if you're Coach Hutchinson, right? Typically, you'd want the big man to get the ball to a point guard to take up the floor. Instead, he tries to take it up himself and carries.
So now it's Cougars basketball here. Give and go, Hartsgrove. Kick to Josh Martin from the corner. Shot rolls in and out. Physical action.
Surprised that was a no call.
Player tried taking a charge. Player ran into him, but no call made. Giving up in the other end. Brown went straight downhill. A miss at the rim. Rebound goes the way of the Wolverines. Giving it back now is Osborne. Hale has it, under 40 to play in the quarter. 11-point lead. Osborne working things now for the Wolverines. Screen set. Martin going to be whistled for the foul. Just the team's third. And be a little bit aggressive here in the half court.
But also his third.
That's the thing. Foul trouble really starting to mount.
So now Richardson and Martin, two starters for Katahdin. Two big starters with 3.
PV checks in. Going to give Hunter Hale a blow. Ball played into Osborne. Tries to get by Smith. Chandler Smith been so active in this ball game. Offensively, defensively, making a lot of positive things happen. Osborne backs it up near the half-court line. Calls for the screen by Wyman. Defended well, nearing a 5-second violation there. Now under 10 to play. Beebe, kick cross-court to Brown. Brown, he goes all the way downhill, throws up a runner, short, no good. Taken away by Hartsgrove. He's going to throw it. It was after the buzzer. That's going to send us to the break. The fourth quarter's on the way. 29-18 our score. We're going to take it to a break and rejoin you for the fourth.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the MPA and the Maine Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back here now. Gabe, 29-18 our score. Schenck on top. Schenck had 16 points in the first half. They had 13 points in the third quarter. Finally got the offense in gear. They lead by 11 in this one.
Yeah, first quarter for either team in double figures. Been a defensive battle so far. Katahdin going to have to break their single-digit scoring quarters in this one if they want to win, because they need at least 12 to win it. So they got to do it if they want to. Defensively, I mean, it's been a great game. Just Katahdin can't get it going offensively. This Schenck defense has been suffocating so far.
Schenck, after so many years, looking to get over the hump. Looking to get the regional plaque.
And this will tell you, this Katahdin team has not scored less than 40 points all season long, 18 through 3 quarters.
And immediately off the inbounds, Braden Osborne whistled for the foul, just his first, but team's first, and a quick one in a game that could come down to free throw shooting, always important to mention. On the other end now, Edwards, he's going to be bumped by Peavy. So now you have 2 back-to-back fouls, 13 seconds fresh into the quarter. One thing you don't want when you have the lead is to give the other team chances to get to the free throw line.
Did they just give that to Osborne?
Well, they're going to say Osborne picked up his second.
His
Peavy
second.
also involved, so they must have said Osborne created the additional contact with Peavy, maybe a push from behind.
But huge, because that's 2 on Osborne.
He wanted to get involved in the foul trouble in the ball game, and right now, Chandler Smith and this Katahdin Cougar offense looking to get involved in the scoring action. Kick to the corner, that's Hartsgrove. His drive along the left side baseline. We have another quick foul. 3 fouls against the Wolverines in just over 30 seconds of play in the quarter.
Yeah, and that one on Gagnon. His second.
That's going to bring Atkinson, who has 4 fouls, back into the ball game. And right now, you're just trying to finish out the possession without a foul here for the Wolverines.
Only person who's starting for Schenck without a foul, the big man underneath, Owen Wyman.
And he's guarding Martin atop the key. Martin passes underneath to Edwards. Had Atkinson on him. Atkinson can't really disrupt that shot too strongly or he'd foul out. So Edwards able to rise above and get the 2 to go. Back into a single-digit game here, Gabe.
I'd have to imagine the Cougars attack that matchup.
And Osborne attacked the glass there. Straight line drive from atop the key. Had Edwards on him. Shot was no good, but he's fouled and going to head to the line. Foul against Edwards.
I believe his second. It is.
Notre Dame Nason able to get that one right. Osborne looking to get right at the free throw line. Good on the first.
He had a big third quarter, had 5 in that quarter, 5 of the 13. Has now 9 in this game. So the leading scorers so far for either team.
Second from the line, same result. And in the big moments, you want Osborne stepping up to the line. Calm, cool, collected. On the other end now, Edwards got the 2 to go earlier. And they've switched that matchup. Atkinson now guarding Smith instead. See if they try to hunt the mismatch. Or really not even a mismatch, just the foul trouble by Atkinson, not really allowing him to be as aggressive defensively.
And a smart change because Smith likes to hang out on that three-point line, doesn't really like to attack the basket nearly as much. You're not going to get as many fouls if you're Atkinson on the three-point line.
Martin had it. Over to Edwards, back to Richardson. Richardson gets into the lane, throws it up, no good, short and brought down by Atkinson. So not short of opportunities there. Good look at the rim, just not able to get it to fall. Osborne now, Smith mirroring him at the other end, giving up to Atkinson. Gagnon over to Wyman. Wyman calling for the clear out. He goes right side baseline, throws it up, plus the contact.
And that is Josh Martin's 4th.
Owen Wyman stepping up at the big time moments.
And after being shut out in the second quarter, has scored in each quarter since then. Scored in the first, so second the only one who's been shut down. Otherwise, a pretty good day.
Looking to convert the three-point opportunity. He does. Free throw shooting always pivotal, and right now the Wolverines doing a good job of making the most of their opportunities.
And Wyman becomes the first player to be in double figures in this one.
And on the other end, we have a Coach Bivinghouse timeout, with it now becoming a 14-point game. As Gabe pointed out as we came into the fourth quarter, the Cougars have not had a quarter where they've scored double digits. They now trail by double digits and some.
Yeah.
What do you think Coach Bivinghouse is talking about with his unit over there?
The issue necessarily in the second half hasn't only been their offense. Their defense has kind of lacked in the second half as well. The Schenck Wolverines now with 4 points this quarter already and 13 in the previous quarter. So you've got 17 in this half. That's way better than their first half, where they had 8 in each quarter. So, I mean, you have to be better defensively. They look worn out, though. That's the issue. And like I said earlier, when I talked to Coach Hutchinson, his game plan was to wear them down defensively so that when they got on the offensive end, Schenck would have easier buckets at the rim.
Battle of attrition here. Coach Hutchinson doing a great job for his unit. Coaching well. Cougars now talking about it, returning from their timeout. Coach Rivenhouse, you might see the full court pressure starting to creep in as well.
Yep.
With it being a 14-point game and only 5:53 remaining, you're going to have to start creating some opportunities out of the defense here. And ball played into the backcourt rather. Richardson with it. Looking to get in rhythm here are the Cougars. Dribble handoff atop the key. One more. Chandler Smith curls around a screen. Clean look from 3. Atkinson. Skies in for the glass, given up to Osborne. Has Smith draped all over him. Able to get by, goes baseline. Elects to kick that one out. Wants the best opportunity here. Up 14 in the ball game. You can kind of work for the best shot in this type of a situation. Kick back to Gagnon. He goes downhill, spin into the lane. We have a timeout taken by Coach Aaron Hutchins. And Osborne did hit the 3. Granted, it was uncontested out of the timeout whistle. But ultimately, you got timeouts, you've got the lead. We want to maximize the most out of each possession. Yeah, and kind of in the lane there, might have been nearing a 3-second violation or a travel.
Yeah, it looked like just travel.
Just wanted to preserve the possession. 5:15 remaining. Coach Hutchins and the Wolverines kind of in the driver's seat here. What do you think they're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, it's just play the same way. Play the way we've been playing the rest of this game and finish it out. You're only 5 minutes and 15 seconds away from what looks like playing St. Dom's in the title game. And if Katahdin's going to score 14 points, or at least 15 points in the next 5:15, they'd almost have as many points as they already have in this game. So certainly a tall task for this Katahdin team against a great defense of Schenck.
Ball played into Osborne. See if they try to work for the best opportunity, not just any shot here. Brown curls off a screen, given back atop the key. One more to the corner, that is Brown. Curled all the way around that original screen. Pass inside Atkinson, he loses control. Ball played out of bounds and ball back to the Cougars here.
And both teams in the South right now have put in their benches. It is official. St. Dom's will be the South Regional Final winner. Right now up 57-28 with 20 seconds left.
And on the other end, Connor Edwards off of a beautiful set opportunity. Had a wide open look on the right side low block. And the full court pressure is here now for the Cougars. Osborne dribbling through it, able to get through it. Pass underneath Brown, his layup, uncontested, 2 points. And Gabe, I think that you hit the nail on the head. The pressure is here, but after already expending so much energy for the Cougars, really nobody was back home to contest on the other end of the floor on that layup. The half court now, Smith has it. Has it poked away by Owen Wyman, but keeps possession. Hartsgrove now puts the head down, his drive shut off well. Edwards, he curls off of a screen, runner in the lane, good.
Edwards taking over this quarter, 6 points, the only points for Katahdin so far.
And on the other end, Osborne calling for the clear out. He's able to get through all the defenders, kick out to Atkinson. Slowing things down now, under 3:45 remaining in the ball game. Osborne collects it. Said his name a lot because he is always looking for the basketball to reset things for his unit. Catches it now. Osborne has it poked away from behind. Taken away now. That's Richardson working in transition. Given up to Edwards. Has it slipped through the hands but keeps possession. Slowing things down now. Smith. Dribble drive. Given up to Richardson. He goes baseline. Throws up a wild shot. No good. Well defended by Wyman. Edwards came away with it. Tipped away and taken away by the Cougars. Next shot opportunity for him was no good. Now under 3 left to play. Pass ahead, Gagnon underneath. Brown, layup's good. Coach Hutchins gonna take the timeout. Wants to give his boys a chance to take a breath. We'll take one too. 38-24 the score. And Gabe, body language Starting to show for the Cougars here a little bit. They've played a great ball game, but looking up at a 14-point score, hands on hips, a slow walk to the sideline. They look gassed in this one, and give credit to Coach Hutchins in the Schenck Wolverines.
Yeah, we talked about it early too. The game was very physical right off rip, teams bumping, and Coach Hutchins felt like that they had more of an advantage in that realm. They were more conditioned. They were ready for a thing like this. He gave full credit to Katahdin and how conditioned they were, and that they couldn't impose that will in the first 2 games. They've done it tonight in the biggest game of the season, and now only 257 away from being state champions for the first time since 2019. Doesn't feel that long ago, but 6 years ago now.
It feels like a lifetime for Coach Hutchins, who's had some great basketball teams, and has put together great units out there on the floor. Players themselves have been a part of those teams, but unable to get over the hump.
This will be his first regional title, because 2019, Coach Thompson was still coaching. Coach Hutchins took over in the COVID year in 21, and so obviously now we'll have the chance to have his first regional title and a chance to then potentially look at a gold ball.
2:57 remaining before we get there. Katahdin looking to make a run and change that history. The ball taken away by Owen Wyman. I mean, big-time players make big-time plays in the big moments, and Wyman, good steal right there. And that feels like a massive play in this ball game. On the other end now, we're going to have a blocking foul call. That's against Calvin Richardson, who hasn't had a foul since the first half, since the first quarter.
Yeah, all 3 in the first quarter.
But that is still number 4, and that's going to bring Sam Jacobs to the scores table. Get an extra ball handler out there on the floor. 3rd team foul for Katahdin as well. They have to foul one more time before we get to the free throw opportunities. Ball played in. Brown has it, given back up to Osborne, and if free throws come around, that's the person you're going to want with the ball. Atkinson, the dribble handoff. Osborne has it again. Working through a screen now, and that's going to be against Richardson, and he's out of the ball game. Just never able to really get much momentum in this one. The junior's going to head to the bench. Great season for Calvin Richardson. And in that situation, he's just trying to make a play, get his team the ball back, and he's going to head to the bench.
Yeah, you don't have the liberty to really think about the fouls you have in that situation. You just got to try and make a play.
Pass underneath. Owen Wyman. Hook shot in the lane for 2. Owen Wyman starting to own this basketball game. On the other end, a quick floater by Hartsgrove. Short, no good. Under 2 left to play. The Schenck faithful starting to feel this one. Osborne has it. Pass underneath. Wyman goes up. Another hook. Another score.
Give him 7 in the quarter.
Too big, too strong on that one. On the other end, Owen Wyman left a dent in the floor with that block. Pass ahead. Sam Jacobs reverse layup. No good.
And Martin will also be done. That's his 5th.
Bump, set, spike.
Yeah, what a block by Owen Wyman. That ball was demolished. Like you said, nearly left a hole in the floor with how hard that ball was blocked.
But as you said, Gabe, Josh Martin is checking out the ball game. He also fouls out.
The senior will walk off the court for the last time.
Great season, great career for Josh Martin.
Yeah, and he's not done. He's a star pitcher for them. He'll be probably in this same position in a regional final game against somebody in baseball as well.
On the other end, Sam Jacobs knocks it down. 19-point lead now. The Wolverines starting to make some substitutions. Starting to taste this one. Hunter Hale and Peavy checking into the game. Caleb Peavy, the sophomore. Coach Hutchins. He's feeling it on that sideline. Jacobs off on the second. Wyman gets it on the glass. Up and in for 2. Owen Wyman putting his stamp.
Decided to save his best quarter for last. 9 points in the quarter alone.
And Edwards' pass tips. The Wolverines starting to feed off of this one. We want to let you know at the conclusion of this game, our broadcast is going to stay live. You're going to be able to hear the award ceremony as we can hear the Schenck Wolverines rising to their feet. So stick around for the presentation of the awards for either side in this one, deservingly so. And on the other end, Chase Smith, a three from the corner, does get it to fall. Approaching just a minute left to play. Played in for Osborne.
And Schenck, after losing in the regional final last year to Barron Christian in what was a very good game, looks as though they are going to win the regional final and have a chance at a goal ball.
A pair of substitutions going to be checking in next opportunity for the Wolverines. A reminder, the Schenck Wolverines on the ladies' side. A hard-fought battle earlier on as Osborne good on the first in their regional final action, but did not come away with the win. Give credit to Central Aroostook. But the script has been flipped. Owen Wyman heads to the bench. The senior, not done yet, but he's going to leave this one with some hardware. Osborne knocks down the free throw. He's also going to check out of the ball game.
Give him 8 for 9 from the line today. Been huge at the free throw line.
That's going to bring in a pair of players here. Cameron Mayhew in alongside Marcus Hutchins. Getting some valuable minutes to end out this regional final action. 20-point game. Every Wolverine in attendance is on their feet. As at this point, we just await that final buzzer. The Schenck Wolverines, they're going to win the regional championship here. We have a timeout taken just to get some players out on the floor for Katahdin. Jacob Hurlbert going to be checking in alongside Matt Kime. Gave 33.9 left on the clock. We do want to let you know that later this evening we are going to have the Class C action brought to you in the same form for audio broadcast as well. Let's give it a moment and let's hear what the Schenck Wolverines have to say. That cheer brought to you by the Schenck Wolverine cheerleaders. Got the crowd engaged throughout the timeout. Still on their feet. Because it's all just academics at this point. Hartsgrove, the drive shut off. Kick to Delano atop the key. One more Hartsgrove, he has it. Dribble drive, dump underneath. Hurlbert has it blocked from behind by Caleb Peavy, but not before the foul was called. So that's going to send Hurlbert to the line. And the junior a chance to get into the scorers column in a regional final.
And Wyman, after only having 5 points at the half, has 11, 9 of which come in the final quarter to close this game out. What a performance by him and what a season by him.
Off on the first is Hurlbert. The anticipation growing for this Wolverines club. Substitution headed to the scorers table. Checking in now to replace Hunter Hale. Wyatt Sprague in. The junior Hale checking out. Pair of additional substitutions now being made by the Katahdin Cougars. Ralph Heath into the ball game. And Chris Mitchell in as well. Hutchins has it for Schenck. It's 10 seconds. That's all that separates us and our regional final champion. In Class D, Peavy kick to the corner. Shot, no good. That's going to do it. Celebrate, Wolverines. You are regional champions. Victorious. They get over the hump. They come out 47-28 over the Katahdin Cougars. Stick around, folks. We're going to have the award ceremony and presentation. We're going to have that audio for you on this stream. Don't go anywhere. And then you can check out our social media pages for the interviews that will be coming. We're going to take it on over to the public address announcer.
and in today's regional championship game. As you think back to your seasons and reminisce on the good times with your teammates, coaches, families, and friends, we hope that the memories of the 2025 tournament will last you a lifetime. Please take with you pride in your efforts on the court and in the classroom. You have represented yourselves, your sport, and your communities well. Representing the Maine Principals Association are Larry Murphy, retired administrator at Fort Kent Community High School, and Matt Rosendahl, athletic administrator at Van Buren High School. Representing Ware Butler Building Supply is Paul Edgerly in contractor sales in Corinth. To begin the awards presentations, I would ask head coach Greg Bibbinghouse and assistant coach Craig Hartsgrove from Katahdin High School to please come forward and assist with presentation of awards. Freshman manager Trinity Lane. Players, freshman Ralph Heath. Chandler Libby. Connor Schmidt. Sophomores, Christopher Mitchell. Brighton Hartsgrove. Juniors from Katahdin, Jacob Grover. Matthew Pine. John O'Hara. Calvin Richardson. And seniors, Caden Delano. Chandler Smith. Senior captain Joshua Martin. And senior captain Connor Edwards. At this time, we'd like to have the coaches and captains please step forward.
You know what? I'm learning not to go in with expectations. Let's just work the game and let the kids talk.
On behalf of the Maine Principals Association and Ware Butler Building Supply, it is our pleasure to present the runner-up plaque for the 2025 Maine Class D Regional Basketball Championships to Katahdin High School. Congratulations on an outstanding season and outstanding tournament. And now present the awards to the 2025 Class D North Regional Basketball Champions of Schenck High School. I would ask head coach Aaron Hutchins and assistant coaches Greg Marner, Chris Hale, and Chris Wyman to please come forward. Sophomore manager, Logan Toll. Players, freshman, Marcus Hutchins. Cameron Mayhew. Camden York. Thomas DeSantis. Wyatt Sprague. Lucas Neto. Sophomores, Marley O'Clair. Caleb Heaney. Schenck Juniors, Hunter Hale. Gage Brown. And seniors for Schenck, Cameron Atkinson, Sam Jacobs, Gavin Gagner, and senior captain Owen Wyman. Principals Association, and where Butler Building Supply, it is now our pleasure to present the championship plaque for the 2025 Class D Boys North Regional Basketball Championship to the Schenck High School Wolverines. Congratulations, and enjoy celebrating the regional championship. Best of luck for the 2025 Maine State Basketball Class D Boys Championship, presented by next Saturday here at the Cross Insurance Center, starting at 2:45 against the St. Dominic Saints. Bring that gold ball back to the Northern Maine region. Maine Principals Association, Ware Butler Building Supply, and the Maine Bureau of Highway Safety remind you that to celebrate your achievements, you must get home safely. Don't drive distracted, and always buckle up. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for attending today's session. At this time, in order to enable the Cross Insurance staff to get ready for the evening session, we ask that if you're waiting for players, band members, or cheerleaders, that you please do so in the upper concourse. Thank you. Also, for fans of Schenck, there will be a reception at Schenck High School upon the team's arrival for both the boys and girls basketball teams. Once again, a reception at Schenck High School in the gymnasium upon the team's return.
Congrats, Owen.
I didn't know until I walked up.
He could.